Man, Rooster, it's gotta be 5 o'clock somewhere.
Space. The final frontier.
Of course you lead in with that one. Welcome back, everybody.
You know this is that show.
I'm Bishop.
I'm Rooster. And today, we're talking about reaching out into the depths of space, expanding humanity.
The last frontier.
Fuck our planet. we don't need oceans. We don't need a clean atmosphere. Abandon it.
We'll go fuck up another one.
Yeah.
We're gonna spend billions and billions and billions of dollars to figure out how to go to a planet that has no water,
No atmosphere. A tenth of our gravity.
can't grow shit.
Poisonous
But
soil.
that's what's gonna save us.
Right.
That is a fucked up way to look at life.
Right.
I don't understand it. Why they spend so much money on this shit?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, part of me understands, like, we got to start this process at some point of, like, being a spacefaring species. But, like you said, like, is it our highest priority problem?
Spacefaring?
Yeah.
The best we can do is go to a fucking distant rock and come back. We're not spacefaring shit. It's not like we got taxis that run back and forth.
Right.
Like, we don't even have well, they say we don't, but we don't have operations on the moon.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. We have a motor running in the background. I gotta shut it off.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
It's getting a little chilly here in Colorado, so now we got our little heater kicking, but we realized after, what was it, like episode like 1 through 5, we were
You can
like,
hear it.
can we hear that little buzzing in the background?
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't understand why. I mean, it's really nothing new. I mean, man's curiosity for space and the unknown has been there for eons, right?
Yeah.
But why in the absolute donkey are they spending this type of money on this shit when you think about if you took just a quarter of what they were spending on all this shit and invested it into plastic capture techniques in the oceans?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's companies that do it for rivers and lakes now. You can't tell me you can't come up with some sort of air scrubbing system to clean up
CO2
the shit.
capture and shit, yeah.
Like, okay.
But it's a lot more exciting.
So
It's easier to be like, well, do you want to fund cleaning the atmosphere, or do you want to fund going to fucking Mars? I'm like, you got me convinced. I'm going to Mars, baby.
it's kind of like when you have a simple mechanical problem in a car and you're like, yeah, $300 to fix it. Fuck it, I'll go buy a new one.
Yeah.
And then you go fuck that
Double
one
trash.
up. You're like, nah, I got another one. Fuck it.
Right?
That's bad.
Elon's got so much money, he's gonna dump it into whatever his heart desires. Dude.
I know. Sometimes to me, he's almost obsessive, right? Like
For real.
Like
You gotta be, though.
But I understand that. But why? You know, I realize people want to leave their mark in the world. Okay, especially when you're, a philanthropist like that, where you're doing all this different stuff, good works. Plus, you're building all these other businesses at the same time, and you're doing, some crazy things. But wouldn't it be more pertinent? Wouldn't it be even better if you were known as the man that saved the planet?
Right. Rather than abandoned it.
Right. Nope, fuck this one. It's done for. We're out. I mean, and he even says when he goes, he doesn't plan on coming back.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I don't think we're gonna have a colony on Mars in his lifetime.
You don't know. I mean, hell, there could be a spaceship lands outside right now and gives us all the science we need.
Right? First contact.
You never know. Weird shit's happening. I mean, we just stopped building a border wall due to climate change. So, I mean, let's talk about this in reality.
Obviously, common sense isn't priority number 1 here.
Yeah, I just can't. It just blows my mind to think that if it's such an important concept to keep the species alive, why don't you start at home?
Right.
Concept.
Crazy crazy idea.
You know, once you fix your leaky faucet at home.
Beer Science 101.
I don't know. I can't understand it. I mean, you look at all the billionaires in the world, and they all have some toe, foot, finger, or arm, or head all the way up Space's asshole. I'm just like, come on. Can you not really think of something better to do with your money? Because I'm going to tell you right now, my bank account would look real nice with the money you're putting in there.
It's like, come on, kick some of that back.
I mean, we have a profit sharing program.
Right? I've been watching all these videos recently too about, it's funny that we chose this topic about colonizing Mars and like what that whole process looks like and how much like of an actual bitch it is going to be for tons of reasons. Because there's so much farther away from the sun. Solar energy is like not an option. There's Mars's core is depleted as fuck, so geothermal energy is not an option. So basically the only option we would have for power on Mars would be nuclear power, which means we have to ship in uranium or plutonium all the way from Earth to power it. We gotta, not to mention the sand itself is poisonous to us, so we can't grow food in it.
You can grow potatoes.
In Mars soil?
Yeah, Matt Damon.
As soon as I was like, didn't somebody do that?
We can use our own poop.
Yeah, but and the sand is it's polar, so it's like water. It sticks to things. So sand sticks to you everywhere. If you're the rover, that's why they get torn down so quickly because they're covered in sand. So
I'm just listening to something completely off base. There will be no romantic evenings under the Martian moon.
Laying in sand. I got some poisonous sand on me. Oh shit!
Because that shit gets everywhere.
Right. So, not to mention, there's no atmosphere. So, like the amount of radiation that's just constantly dumped on the planet, like it's gonna be so. It increases cancer risk exponentially as soon as you're under it.
See,
and stuff.
everything you're saying is like it's not a good idea.
Exactly.
This is not a good idea.
That's what I'm saying.
Why don't you fix some shit here before it turns into that?
Literally, though. Right? For real though.
I mean, we haven't even talked about what a couple weeks ago. Very quietly, NASA says they're tracking a gigantic asteroid that's headed right towards the sun, and if it actually gets pulled in, which the sun likes to pull everything in, could cause the largest solar flare in recorded history. Now, if you don't know what a solar flare does, it totally wrecks your electronics. It can cause instant sunburns. It's a blast of radiation and kill crops. It can kill animals. I mean, it can do all kinds. It can actually. What's the terminology for radiation poisoning in water? There's a term for it, but yeah, it can be some serious shit. We were talking about let's just go to Mars, but that already fucking happened.
Right. No, we'll make it work.
No, we can reverse this. We can reverse this. You can't reverse this shit. What are you doing? So I don't know. It's just common sense, I guess. That's what even though these guys and gals that are involved in all this space stuff, they're brilliant. They're immensely brilliant, and they have all the right people around them. But nobody stands up at any point and goes, "I don't think this is a good idea."
Wait, maybe this is $3 billion going into this rocket. You know what we could do with that? We could save our fucking planet.
We could actually figure out desalination and start using ocean water for drinking water. That might be a concept.
For real. Yeah, but it's not as interesting. That's the problem. Nobody gets jazzed about spending their $3 billion they got in their back pocket.
Who doesn't think about their future generations?
Right?
I mean, yeah, it's not as exciting, but damn, people will remember you. You know, you may be the son of a bitch that gets to fucking go to Mars, but you might be the last son of a bitch that goes. Then you're really screwed. I'll be like potatoes.
It'll be like potatoes. That's what you're gonna have. For real though.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, and then there's other countries that are very focused on lunar bases right now. Like China and India.
That's the first step, obviously.
Are hugely focused on building lunar bases. right? And then we, in the last few years, we've been, as a country, have been talking about we're going back to the moon, right? When these other countries seem to have made a fucking freeway back and forth, they're going, but we're not going back. Why? What is up there? Is this like the Apollo 18 movie with the fucking rocks?
What's up there?
Like,
fucking aliens.
I don't know about this. That fucking rock just moved. No, you have space sickness. No, that fucking rock just moved.
That rock is crawling towards me.
Don't pick it up. That's not a pet rock.
Obviously, that's step number one, because to go to Mars, we need to have a moon base set up so that we can launch things more efficiently without having to go through as much gravity as in the atmosphere to slow us down. So, obviously, I think in the next 10 years, like, we've got to have a base on Mars.
Huh. We got him?
They said like 5 years ago, they were like, by 2022, we will have a Mars base. And I was like, a moon base.
I mean, what, are they going to fucking shoot a Connex box up there and set it up there and fucking put a flag on top and say, here you go, here's your box?
A Connex box?
Yeah, you know, the metal shipping containers?
Oh,
like you see on the back of semis and shit? Like, here you go, room for one.
Room for one. Enjoy.
Don't jump up and down in that bitch.
Yeah, that's another huge problem about Mars gravity is how low it is. That being up there for a year, your body will atrophy so much that you have to be constantly working out and shit. But it makes like long-term staying on Mars basically impossible because you'll fucking wither away. Any baby born on it is gonna have mutated bones and.
Superman.
Superman.
Power of the red sun. Not yellow, red. No, I don't. What happened?
Do you want to say this first before I go back to something we were already talking about that I wanted to say?
No, go ahead.
How the fuck are we supposed to deflect an asteroid from hitting the sun?
You can't.
Like,
it's a black hole in its infancy. Okay? It likes to eat everything.
If an asteroid is big enough to collide with the sun and make a problem, it's big enough where every nuke on the fucking planet isn't gonna push it 1 degree off course and save it. It's like...
But then again, I don't understand the way that space works, being that it's a vacuum, right? And so you would have to have a nuclear explosion, right, to actually cause any type of percussion, right, which there would be a disturbance. But what are you disturbing? Right? I mean...
You're creating an explosion, and that force is hopefully pushing the asteroid, but it's like...
Right, but what, are you going to directly hit the asteroid, or are you going to... Is it kind of like you're shooting it ahead, kind of like what you did with the Space Invaders, you know, when the little things are dropping down and
you lead the pass.
Yeah.
You're leading the pass.
And you shoot it, so it blows up right in front of it, right? So then that percussion wave like pushes it back or alters the course. It doesn't matter. That thing has got to be moving.
So fast.
It's got to be moving at over like 50,000 miles per hour.
Oh yeah, easily.
I mean,
easily. But also, it's got to be fucking huge.
What they say was like the size of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I'm like, you ain't stopping it. You ain't stopping it.
Force. Like, you would need every nuke on the planet. I don't even think that would do it. Like, megatons of force aren't going to push an asteroid the size of a state out of the way.
We need laser beams.
We need laser beams. It's funny because when I first heard about this, I was like, this sounds straight up out of a sci-fi movie. Like, I've literally watched 2 sci-fis in the last month where that was a topic of an episode. Where it's like an asteroid's hitting us. And
send Bruce up. Willis did it once already. He can do it again.
He can do it again.
He can do it again.
He can save us.
I don't know, folks. You let us know your comments on, do you think all the money that these individuals and companies are spending on space exploration for Mars is totally absurd? I mean, we already know it's eccentric as all shit, but would you much rather see the money spent here on the planet to help take care of the planet?
Or would you rather just pack your bags, hop in the ship, and go live in a poisonous dust cloud? Like
in a bubble the rest of your life.
Though.
The rest of your life. I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Oh, I wouldn't go anywhere. Can you imagine? It would be living hell. I mean, and also we're not qualified. They're gonna send the best of the best, and we're not. We're far from that mark.
I don't know. I feel like we could be like that pair of guys in that movie Biodome or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
they're like just accidentally get knocked in.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
At least you guys got some entertainment now.
I can make whiskey and beer.
Right? For real though. They're like, you guys just sit over there and talk and tell jokes, and we'll do all the science over here. I'm like, fucking perfect.
Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, and follow us on Rumble. The link will be down below. You got anything else on your far, far away adventures?
On our far journey?
Yeah.
Beer log 721015. Unless the next round is on you.
We've got to go. Cheers. Oh, God.
That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to, that show.